Today is July 12th, Monday. It's about almost 7:30 right now, and I was out earlier and it was like 6 something and it was already 90 degrees. We are having a heat wave and I just feel sorry for all the plants because it's miserable. I put up this umbrella to try to protect the sky pencils. Don't know how successful I'll be there as they are struggling. The hibiscus are too on each end. In fact, yesterday when I came out, because this wall just, I think we saw 118 yesterday, and this wall has got to be even hotter than that. So the sky pencils are still green. This one, not so much. I water them, and then we've also got like a little mister that we put on them. But it's nasty hot. So not much to show that's pretty. Those hibiscus against the wall there seem to be doing better, and it's because they get shade from the house a lot sooner. These do not. And that one doesn't, it's perked back up, but that hibiscus right there was, I mean, every leaf looked like it was dried and drooping. I will say I'm glad that we planted lantanas in a lot of spots because other things are not making it. These are my agapanthus, and they're getting watered because I felt in there, but they can't handle this heat. That petunia there can't handle the heat. Now this, I took the petunias that were in here because they pretty much died, and I transplanted some cinnamon basil. And basil, I have had a shade cloth on this a couple of times, but it's surprising how perky it looks for being so hot out here. But look, even the lantana in there and the bougainvillea, and that lantana, that purple lantana, doesn't mind the heat, but the canis, they're struggling. Some petunias don't seem to mind it too much. I don't know. This one's not, actually neither one of them look all that well. There's the coleus in there. It's got some big leaves. This lantana, it's got a few blooms on it. Those are salvia, and of course it's not doing well. This is cinnamon basil. Actually, that might be, I don't know if that's cinnamon basil. And I don't know, this is purple basil, I think. Yeah, that smells good. I do like basil. I'm gonna plant basil everywhere, I think. My lilies are spent, but again, I'm not out here cutting back stuff because it's just too hot. So the mums, My husband's been coming out and watering against the wall and stuff just because they need like a little extra loving care right now. But I don't even come out hardly because it's so hot. I'm out this morning, but my gladiolas are taking a turn. Well, this one I think kicked the bucket right there. And they get plenty of water, so that's not it. It's the heat. We're working on our sago palm, trying to get the yellow out of it. It's an iron deficiency that happens sometimes. So we put the newer leaves that are up in the center there don't look too bad, but we had to put some iron in the soil. Beans have grown quite a bit, and these Tithonias are finally blooming, and the little hibiscus is the purple hibiscus, mahogany I guess it is. It's kind of tucked in there. We had a water situation this last week, and so these weren't getting any water for a day or so. I don't think it was longer than that, but that's what happened to the tomatillos here, and so they're starting to bounce back, but just barely. There's my pumpkin. In fact, the water's just running. I can see it shooting up right there. But yeah, these tomatillos don't look the best. I do have lots of climbers. I picked the one Kajari melon that was down here. There's another one. Oh, there's a dead bird right there. Ugh. And I have, that is a tree. And that is a tree. I still am having trees. This is a weed. I shouldn't be doing this while I'm shooting a video. That's a weed too. Or a tree. The blueberries were one of the things that got disrupted by the watering, both of them, and I don't know. They've got some new growth on them, but they took a hit. I do have some goji berries on here. That's kind of exciting. These are Kajari. This is a Kajari melon in this trellis. Oh, there's a hummingbird. This is a butternut squash in this one. And then the beans going across here. I found out that, ooh, I got some okra in here that needs to be picked. I'll do that. I found out that the black-eyed Susan likes the heat. That's what this is. These just got caught up. That is not part of the black-eyed Susan. That's part of the society garlic. And then, I don't know what kind. I think that's the kabocha melon coming over. That's a black-eyed Susan there. This is a Kajari melon. There's some fairly good sized ones actually. Some melons. These are black-eyed peas and they like the heat. You can tell the stuff in the garden that doesn't mind the heat. These wilt every single day and then they kind of bounce back, but they're struggling. There's very little fruiting going on because the beets they like the heat too, I guess, although something's eating them. Anyway, there's very little fruiting going on because it's so hot. These are Tithonias. And then that's a voluntary tomato plant there. That's a massive zucchini that's not really producing. Then there's peppers in here. Let's see if I can show them better. And having the shade cloth on them has helped them. They look actually pretty healthy. But again, it's sad because I really would like, this nasturtium's dead. I really would like to see more of my garden. And I have to keep it covered. Okra like the heat. The eggplant likes the heat. Oh, there's a voluntary lantana coming up next to this pepper plant. This pepper plant's doing well. I think I have some tomatoes that might be ripe in here. Yeah, there's a couple in the back. But because I've got this netting around them to protect them from the birds, it's hard for me to even get them at this point. Here's my eggplant. I will probably pick all of these. Don't know what this is, but I left it growing because I thought it was kind of interesting looking. Some of my pots, because we didn't run water to them, and my husband's been watering them, but not successfully. Some of them bit the dust. These tomatoes are looking poorly. Sorry, you can hear the air conditioner. Here's some more basil. Might be able to get some seeds off of my lettuce. I hope so. This needs to go. I used it to attract bugs, and then the birds have been kind of living in here, eating the bugs. This is my red vein sorrel. I think it's so pretty. This is a hot mess. This is a zucchini I planted. The heat's really taken a toll. You can tell the leaves are curling on everything. My cucamelons look like they couldn't handle this heat, which is understandable. I don't think this squash, patty pan squash, is probably sucking up all the water. Yeah, these look so dry, crispy. We have the hose out because we use it. That nasturtium died. The zinnias can tolerate the heat. This is one of those dwarfs, semi-dwarfs. Anyway, I think I'll stop filming, come and get my little bit of okra. Wanted to pickle it again this year, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Oh, there's a butternut squash, little tiny guy. It looks like it's got a crispy leaf on it. There's some Kajari melon there. My artichoke, that's coming out. I'm gonna fill this pot with I'm supposed to get in some Ford Hook zucchini that are supposed to fruit better than maybe what I picked. And so I'll plant it there. So we shall see. I'll take that out. But hopefully our weather will improve for me to do that. Anyway, that's my garden diary. Today is July the 6th, and I got an eggplant, one okra, which I'm gonna eat right after I shut this off, and about 7 of the 4th of July tomatoes that I picked before the birds could get them. It's really hot out today, but all of a sudden the sun went behind some clouds, so we have a little bit of cloud, not too much. The next 7 days are supposed to be miserable. They're going to be over 110 easily for 7 days. So my theory, actually, when I looked at the forecast for the weather, it wasn't a forecast. It was just the average temperatures we normally have. So even though I thought that it was going to be like lows in the low 70s and highs in, right around 100, we're proving that wrong. Today is the 8th of July, and this is what we got out of the garden. I picked this. It didn't come off the vine real easy, but it was split, so that's why I got it. And then this is pretty good size of a patty pan. Today is Friday, July 9th, and this is what I got out of the garden. I got one eggplant and some 4th of July tomatoes. And I gotta say, I quit looking at the temperature when it went to 110. It is hot. We're expected to have a whole weekend of it. Saturday and Sunday are expected to be 117 or so, 115, and it's pretty miserable. So I'm surprised I got anything out of the garden at all right now. Today is July 12th, and this is what I got out of the garden. I got about 4 spaghetti squash, although this one, I don't know if this is just a blemish or if it doesn't sound good. 4 eggplant, 1 okra, a Kajari melon, 1 Roma tomato, 1 purple Russian, 2 4th of Julys, and some noodle beans. And that's it.